What's up everyone? It is Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. Now that it is the start of August, law school orientation is right around the corner, so in today's video I'm going to be talking about some things that you need to purchase when going to law school. So if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Rachel. I'm currently a rising 2L in law school, where I went to UC Berkeley for undergrad and graduated in 2020, double majoring in cognitive science and legal studies. Then I was working for 4 years as a paralegal in Washington, D.C., first doing design patent prosecution and then doing environmental law litigation. And now I'm entering my second year of law school. So let's just jump right into these items. For this list, I'm not going to include the basic things, like obviously you need a backpack, pens, highlighters, things like that, but trying to go a little bit more niche of some things that I thought were really useful during my 1L year of law school. First things first, I would recommend buying a book stand. This is a book stand that I got off of Amazon and will probably most definitely use it for all 3 years of law school. The book stand basically has a back and then you can fold it up like this and then put your textbooks on there. As you might know, the textbooks for law school are very thick. They are very large textbooks, and so for me, I use the book stand every day when doing my readings. I would lean my textbooks up against here so that it was less craning on my neck. Otherwise, you'd be looking at your textbook flat on your desk and then reading, taking notes, highlighting. But I really liked leaning the textbook up against the book stand so that your neck isn't craned down so much. You're more looking at the same plane. I use it literally every day for reading, so I would 100% recommend getting a book stand for your textbooks. Next up, you need to think about whether you would want to take notes using a laptop or notebooks. Some people like to type their notes using their laptop. Other people might want to handwrite their notes written in notebooks. Also depends on your professors. Some professors in law school don't allow laptops. We had some of those professors, so it really depends. Obviously, if the professor doesn't allow laptops, then you would have to handwrite notes. But if there are no rules, then you can choose, okay, do I want to handwrite notes in notebooks or type notes via the laptop? For me, I typed all of my notes. I thought it was easier, faster typing it down rather than handwriting it. Although there are those studies that say if you handwrite notes, your recollection of the material is better. But for me, trying to get all of the information down, I could do so by typing since it was quicker. Also, if you're using your laptop, don't get distracted in class, don't do online shopping. Also, with taking notes on the laptop, then you have the choice of how you're going to take your notes on the laptop. For me, I just used Google Docs and dated everything, typed all my notes for the class in there, and then had a separate Google Doc for the readings, the homeworks that we had. So I kept those just running lists and then kept those two documents separate. Other people might use apps like OneNote in order to take notes. Again, really it depends on your style, your preference, your note-taking strategy. Next up, you should definitely invest in a good pair of noise-canceling headphones. For me, I have my AirPods as well as my Bose headphones. Even when I'm in the library, I would wear noise-canceling headphones in order to block out the background noise. In my apartment, I would wear noise-canceling headphones even though there's no one else around. For me, I just really liked having the noise blocked out because you'll just hear little things. You might hear whispering. In my apartment, you hear people walking upstairs. So when I'm studying, when I'm reading, I don't want to hear anything. Even in the silent libraries, I would still wear noise-canceling headphones. Next up, something that you should definitely buy would be an agenda planner. If you've been around since my Berkeley days, I have done a lot of like schedule planning, agenda planner videos. This is my planner for 2025. Very cute with all the animals on there. It's got animal designs inside as well. For me, to keep myself organized, I love writing things down. I'll write down all of my reading assignments due in my planner. I'll also have my Google Calendar that I put all of the classes in, as well as other scheduled activities like club events, lunchtime events, friend hangout events. I like to keep everything scheduled in a planner and then online calendar so I don't accidentally miss any readings, assignments, or anything like that, because in law school, the worst thing would be coming to class unprepared and then getting cold called when you're unprepared and you haven't done the readings for that day. So I definitely recommend buying an agenda planner, writing everything down. When you get the syllabi for the class, I like to go and put important dates into my calendar, things like that, so that you stay on top of things and you are organized and you don't miss any deadlines. Next up, before law school, I would definitely recommend investing your money in buying a suit. A suit would be good as professional business attire that you can wear going into interviews as well as going into court when you are working in your summer job. So I would definitely recommend in saving money and investing in a pants, a shirt, a blazer, shoes, a tie, things like that, so that you are prepared and ready for these interviews. And for these suits, hopefully you can wear them for many, many years. For me, I think I've had this full pantsuit set since like high school, so definitely, even if they are more expensive, hopefully they can last you a long time. But also, if this is something not in your budget right now, I would definitely recommend talking to your career counselors at school. Your school might offer like a rental program where you can borrow suit jackets, blazers, pants, things like that, and then return them to the school after your interview. But because you're probably doing a lot of these interviews, and if you're ever going into the court as a part of your job, then you would need the full pantsuit set. I would definitely recommend buying one of those. Next up, I would recommend buying a desk and a desk chair for your apartment. Some students might think, oh, I'll just study and do all of my studying, readings at the law school. I don't need to get Wi-Fi for my apartment. I don't need a desk for my apartment. But I think getting a desk and chair for your apartment is very useful. Some days, or even on the weekends, you might not want to go to the law school library or a library in order to study, but you might want to just study in the comfort of your own apartment. So having the desk and the chair in your apartment is definitely very useful, so you can study privately in your own house. I think not having a desk here in my apartment would be very difficult, because then I could only sit on my couch and do my work, but I really like to be able to sit on that flat surface and have a desk to do work. Going along with the desk and the chair, I would also definitely recommend getting a second monitor for your desk in your apartment. So like for me, I've got my laptop and then I have my dual monitor. So when I'm at home, I can plug my second monitor into my laptop and then I've got the two screens there. For me, looking at the tiny laptop screen all the time, it's so small, I can't really do like two split tabs on there because then they become so small. So I like to have that second monitor in order to blow things up more, in order to be able to do that split screen and see more items on my screen. I think having two monitors is also useful if you have the online versions of textbooks, or if you have to read large readings online, like they're sending you 50-page PDFs to read as homework. I like reading that on my second monitor since it's a lot bigger than the tiny laptop screen. Next, when going to law school, I think you should invest in a coffee machine. I got a coffee machine at the start of fall semester. I use that thing like every single day. I make my coffee. I bring my coffee cups into school and then drink them during my first class. It's time saving. I don't have to go out to like Starbucks or Dunkin' to get coffee. It also saves money because you aren't spending like $6 on a coffee, but you're making your coffee at home. And next up, I think you should buy some cough medicine. So like cold and flu, Dayquil, NyQuil. This is just the daytime version that you drink. It seems like people in law school get sick in waves and cycles where a bunch of people might get sick at once, and especially during final season, every single semester, people are coughing, sniffling, getting sick. You do not want to get sick during a near finals time. So for me, if I'm starting to feel under the weather or people around me start getting sick or sniffling, coughing in class, I'll just start taking the cold medicine in the day and the night to help prevent getting sick and then having to miss class or things like that. So I think buying some cold medicine is very, very useful. So hopefully you don't get sick. And finally, this item is totally optional, but I think is very, very helpful while in law school, and that is a pet. So this is Honey. He's trying to get away now. Goodbye, Honey. I got a cat during the spring semester of my 1L year of law school. I found that having a cat was very, very helpful to have something to come home to. When I get home, he is very loving. He wants pets. He wants to hang out. He wants to sit with me. I really enjoyed having a cat and just knowing, hey, after school I have the kitty cat to go hang out and play with. He is waiting for me at home. I also volunteer at the local animal shelter in order to see and play with the cats and dogs there. For me personally, I don't think I could get a dog in law school, especially with how time consuming it is, and then you'd have to go and walk the dog, but I'm in school basically like 9 to 6 every day. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have any questions or any other videos that you want to see me do, definitely leave a comment down below. Thank you all so much for watching this. Good luck on your first year of law school, and I will see you all next time.